AEW is getting on the road again. I'm Matt Carlins, and this is Just Pro Wrestling News for Tuesday, May 11th, 2021. A big welcome to those of you listening on OccupyProWrestling.com. If you want to bring our updates to your website, just email us, desk@JustProWrestlingNews.com. AEW is just weeks away from its first live touring since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. It announced dates and locations for 3 upcoming Dynamites. They will be the first to be held away from Jacksonville's Daly's Place in 9 months. Dynamite will be at Miami's James L. Knight Center on July 7th, followed by 2 Wednesdays in Texas, July 14th at the HEB Center near Austin, and July 21st at the Curtis Culwell Center in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. Tickets for all 3 shows go on sale Friday morning. AEW says it will comply with all local guidelines concerning COVID-19 safety. That includes seating capacities. AEW also announced a pair of rescheduled live events. First in St. Louis on Friday, November 5th. That's being referred to as an AEW TNT television taping. Also a live Dynamite in New Orleans on January 12th of next year. We'll get another look at former Lucha Underground champion Marty Casas on tonight's AEW Dark. He'll go one-on-one with Jungle Boy. Also tonight, Brian Cage versus Bear Bronson, plus Jon Moxley and Eddie Kingston will be in tag team action. On last night's Dark Elevation, Moxley delivered a paradigm shift from the second rope to pin Danny Limelight. Dark Order's Alex Reynolds pinned Private Party's Isaiah Cassidy with a roll-up. After the match, Matt Hardy and Mark Quinn helped Cassidy lay out Reynolds, John Silver, and Colt Cabana. Also, pro wrestling lawyer Mark Sterling pitched himself as the one to manage Jade Cargill, and she was at least willing to listen as she followed Sterling backstage.
WWE.
We've got 2 title matches on tonight's NXT. Raquel Gonzalez defends her NXT Women's title against Mercedes Martinez. And Santos Escobar gets his rematch for Kushida's Cruiserweight title. It's a 2 out of 3 falls match. Plus NXT champ Karrion Kross in a non-title match against Austin Theory. And Killian Dane versus Imperium's Alexander Wolf. A new match added to WrestleMania Backlash. The Miz versus Damian Priest in a lumberjack match. Priest pinned John Morrison on last night's Raw after the Miz's attempt to help Morrison backfired. This gave Priest the right to choose the stipulation for the Backlash match. Raw Women's Champ Rhea Ripley pinned Asuka last night in a non-title match as Charlotte Flair looked on. Those women will be in a 3-way for the title at Backlash. Charlotte and Asuka were also on opposite sides of a 6-woman tag to open the show. It was brought to a screeching halt when Alexa Bliss suddenly appeared on stage, riding her swing set alongside Lily. Bliss said she's keeping her eye on someone. The match resumed, but then Shayna Baszler appeared to lose control of her legs. Asuka swooped in with a Shining Wizard to get the pin. Charlotte knocked out Asuka after the match. Alexa and Lily chuckled as they looked on. End scene. There was an ugly ending to a match between Sheamus and Humberto Carrillo. Carrillo was delivering a sunset flip powerbomb from the apron to the arena floor, but Sheamus came crashing down on Carrillo's left leg. The ref waved off the match and declared Sheamus the winner. A win for Carrillo would have earned him a shot at Sheamus' U.S. title. The main event was a non-title match between WWE champ Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre, but Braun Strowman interfered and power-slammed both men as the show ended. Jinder Mahal returned to Raw with a win over Jeff Hardy. Shelton Benjamin pinned Cedric Alexander with a T-bone suplex. Also, the team of RK Bro and Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston beat AJ Styles, Amos, Elias, and Jackson Riker. Randy Orton pinned Elias with an RKO. After the match, Orton RKO'd Woods and Kingston too. Riddle was befuddled.
Ring of Honor.
On this past weekend's Ring of Honor TV, Angelina Love beat Quinn McKay thanks to a timely distraction by Mandy Leone. EC3 and Flip Gordon beat the Briscoes. EC3 pinned Mark Briscoe after Gordon hit Mark with a chain, but EC3 never saw Flip cheating. Brian Johnson's open challenge was answered by PCO. Johnson did kick out of PCO's moonsault, but PCO later beat Johnson via submission. The NWA Tag Team titles will be defended on tonight's Superpower. Aaron Stevens and Kratos facing a challenge from Tom Latimer and Chris Adonis. Plus Matt Cross versus Matthew Mims. The winner gets a TV title shot. And Jax Dane versus Slice Boogie in a Falls Count Anywhere match. That's Just Pro Wrestling News for Tuesday, May 11th. Our next update comes your way tomorrow morning, so please rate, review, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you do not miss a thing. I'm Matt Carlins. Thank you for listening.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.